There's a long list of things you've already got done in 3 weeks. Big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls sports, big energy policy changes. So what's different with you and your administration? The difference between the 45th president and the 47th president?
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous opposition, but I didn't know people and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office, some really great ones, but I had some that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person. And I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed, I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking, it's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite. So,
all right, folks, that is President Trump. He is at his interview today. This is a pre-recorded interview with Brett Baier, but it is live today ahead of the Super Bowl. This is Christian Conservative, your trusted source for bold, unfiltered news and analysis on the issues that matter most to Christian conservatives. I'm KJ.
And I'm Crystal.
Yes, and we are back this afternoon, actually. We're early today.
Yeah.
But we had to bring you guys all this news. I mean, of course, today is Super Bowl Sunday. How are you doing today, actually, Crystal?
Oh, my God. I'm excited. Okay, so my team is not in the Super Bowl, y'all. So I'm not all super excited. I know you guys are. I'm not. But I'm going to enjoy the game. Maybe eat some wings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a football person either, but I was excited about President Trump continuing the tradition, not only continuing it, but he's actually making a new tradition. He's going to actually be at the game today.
Yeah,
right?
he is. He is. I mean, y'all, he is just America's president. He is so energetic. He is so lively. He's fun. He doesn't get tired at all. So yes, he will be there, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. I see you guys in the chat. The chat is off the hook right now, folks.
Yay.
We are Christian conservatives. So you guys know me on both of us actually from Pop and Politics. But we are here today from our sister channel, Christian Conservative. So you guys, I'm going to post the link here in the chat, and I want you guys to come over to this chat. Let me see here. I'm going to post the link in the chat now. So you guys got to come over to this page and watch from Christian Conservative, because we're going to cut this chat off shortly on Pop and Politics. So you got to come over and watch us on Christian Conservative. All right.
Yeah.
Here I see.
I know. And I'm getting ready to share it on socials too, because y'all got to help us grow this channel.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. You got to come over to Christian Conservative. So we're not going to be on Pop and Politics long here for this episode. Come over to Christian Conservative. The link is in the chat, and watch it here. We're going to be on here for just a few more on Pop and Politics, because I want to bring you guys this interview. It was actually really good with Brett Baier. I mean, left-wing media is kirking out right now because of Trump's approval ratings. Have you guys, I know many of you have been watching, his approval ratings right now are skyrocketing. It was out today, I believe, on Face the Nation, and the left is not happy at all about this. Take a look at this.
And they're trying to make us regret it. We are loving it. Anybody who's MAGA is enjoying life right now.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Here, look at this.
Poll finds that a majority of Americans, 53%, approve of the job he's doing. That's a better approval number than he ever reached during his first term in the White House. Joining us with more is our Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto. Good to see you, Anthony. What's driving this?
I will keep it simple, Margaret. He is doing, in the eyes of the public, what he said he would do in the campaign. There's political value in that. In fact, 70% of people say he's doing what he promised. That's whether they approve of him or not. Now, there's another part of this that continues over from the campaign. There were words that he was described as being tough being energetic. And he still is today in big majority numbers. So as people take a look in these first few weeks, there's been a lot of activity. They're getting that general sense of governance, and that's being reflected in these early numbers.
So that's perception. What about the actual policies?
Well, let's start with the ones that are popular. And again, these echo a lot of what we saw in the campaign. The idea of deporting those in the country illegally continues to be popular. We saw that in the campaign. Sending troops to the U.S.-Mexico border, again, majority in favor. We'd seen that in the campaign. For his supporters in particular, the focus on ending DEI is popular. We had seen in the campaign, a lot of them thought those processes had gone too far.
All right, so there you have it.
I love that this guy, I'm not sure what his name is, but people don't understand. Like, they are saying that MAGA's regretting their vote, or, oh my God, you didn't know he was going to do that. We didn't know. Is he really going to do that? President Trump, if you had to have a poster child for keeping their campaign promises, it should be President Trump. He told us everything that he was going to do, and we voted for him because most of the American people, which are normal people, which are Christian people, which are Bible-believing people, this is what we want.
Right, exactly. Folks, you guys got to come over to Christian Conservative. We have the link here in the chat. I will post it again, Christian Conservative. Yes. We are going to cut this feed momentarily because we are actually streaming from the YouTube channel Christian Conservative.
Yeah.
So the link is here. Let me put it here for you guys again.
Yeah. Help us grow this channel. Help us grow this channel. So, KJ, and I'll just take a minute. So, Poppin' Politics, fantastic channel, and they talk, really edgy. This is more like edginess, pop culture, and politics from a Christian Bible believing perspective. And I know most of you guys are all Bible believers, so come on and support the channel.
Yes, indeed. And breaking news out just now, President Trump just signed another proclamation, you guys. I want to bring it to you live here. 1 second. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Take a look at this.
And we're flying right over it right now. So we thought this would be appropriate.
Wow.
Even bigger than the Super Bowl. This is a big thing. And almost everybody now has assented to that.
Attention on board. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please direct your attention out the right side of the aircraft. Air Force One is currently in international waters, the first time in history flying over the recently renamed Gulf of America.
Go!
And we are now about to head westbound to Super Bowl 59.
Period.
Wow.
Gulf of America. Y'all, he's still working. He is traveling. He should be taking a nap.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a famous pen now. And we're
So there you have it. And like you said, this is crazy. He is always working.
Always.
The Democrats cannot even keep up with him.
But I mean, envision the most important job in the world, right? You guys, the president of the United States of America. What do you expect them to do? Like napping in Delaware, having ice cream, or, the sister girl who, I haven't been, and I also haven't been to Europe. like, no, you want the person who is responsible for the world's economy, essentially, to be infatigable, strong, smart, like all the things that President Trump is. I just love him. I can't love him more, KJ. I was just telling you that.
Yeah, and look, I want to acknowledge our super chatters here. Italian Girls Say with the $20 super chat. Love you, ladies. Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate you. And folks, go over to Christian Conservative. It's at KJCJ, Christian Conservative. This is where we are broadcasting from right now. It's a new channel. It's our sister channel to Poppin' Politics.
Yes.
We're trying to grow this. So please head over and we're broadcasting the same message here and subscribe.
Please.
Hit that like button and subscribe, please. Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is amazing. And the thing that I am so enamored about is how mad, how angry the left is. How angry the left is.
But KJ, they are so irrational right now. They're upset over things that are going to help them. But that's how you know the adult is in the room. Like, he is unfazed, unbothered. Too bad, y'all. I don't want to say stolen election. Too bad y'all gave him 4 years off to think about how he was going to really just defeat all the evil.
Yeah. Here he is talking about the Super Bowl. I want to bring you guys this footage here. This is pretty cool. Again, this is his interview with Brett Baier. 1 second. Okay, here we are.
They should have never gave that man 4 years off.
I know, that's what he's talking about too.
You're a sports guy. You're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who was a great fighter. And Iran Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback. The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He is a great, great quarterback.
So game prediction?
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic. It's going to be just a great game.
All right.
He's the coolest. Like, he can talk about anything, you guys. Like, I don't know if you got a chance to watch his Joe Rogan interview. He can talk about sports, he can talk about fighting, he can talk about arts, he can talk about music. He is the coolest person alive, I promise you.
Yeah, you're right. And he can talk about, but this is what we have always expected this from a president. Yes. Biden was way out of his league. We can clearly tell he was, the past 2 weeks have felt like almost 4 years of the Biden administration. He's gotten so much done. And Brown Eyes with the super chat says the Dems are scared because they are corrupt.
Yeah, girl.
Exactly, folks. We are on the Christian Conservative, so it's at KJCJ Christian Conservative. Come on over here. If you're watching this on Poppin' Politics, you got to come over to this stream. Sound off in the chat. How many of you guys are watching from Christian Conservative? If you are not, come on over.
I know.
And watch from Christian Conservative broadcast, because we're going to cut this shortly, and then we're just going to stream from Christian Conservative. We're going to stream from Christian Conservative.
Yeah, for sure. You guys hop on over. But yeah, like it's so crazy because the Biden administration, like she said, you're only afraid if you are corrupt. I mean, and most of them, as we can see with the whole US aid that's been going on, they have betrayed the American people. And I know that some criminal charges are coming. I don't know when, but President Trump is realizing that he had to go scorched earth on these people. He could not take his time. He couldn't figure it out. Like, he had to go scorched earth because, y'all tried to kill me. Like, they tried to kill him. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not playing around. From the executive orders on transgender surgery to the illegals to also, like he mentioned, flying over the Gulf of America now. And he's talking about Canada here in this Brett Baier interview. Take a look here. I want to bring this to you guys. All right, let me see here. He is not playing around.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You saw
I
serious.
love him.
He is serious.
But
Laura, I see what you said. How do we switch? Laura, you go to the this link on here. It's called Christian Conservative. This is our new channel here, our sister channel to Poppin' Politics. Christian Conservative. We just posted there. And you would just click on that and you can watch this broadcast right from Christian Conservative. Yeah, all of you guys, it's our sister station, sister channel. It's a new channel. We're growing. We are trying to get all of the love for Trump, all of the conservative content. We are trying to grow it. And so this is a new channel, Christian Conservative, with KJ and Crystal. CJ.
I know KJ, CJ.
Right. Yeah. So that link will take you guys right to this broadcast. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And he's serious because it makes sense. Like, so my issue with Canada is Canada's fantastic, right? We love Canada. He's not saying that Canada should become a 51st state because they're so great. Mm-hmm. What he's saying is financially and fiscally, it doesn't make sense. We're giving them all of this money. Why don't they just join forces with us? And then they'll have all
You're a sports guy.
Mm-hmm. They'll have all the protections. They'll have all the things that they want from the United States, and then it'll be a reciprocal relationship because they'll be paying taxes into our system. I just don't understand why that's so upsetting. From the beginning of time, it has been normal for people to want to expand, especially Christianity, and expand their territory throughout the world. So I just don't understand why people are so upset about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can see as a Canadian why they would be upset. I mean, everyone, I guess, wants their sovereignty. And, to become, you were this huge country, well, not, you were this country, and now you're going to be absorbed into the United States. I mean, I guess I could see, I don't know. I could see it on both sides. The United States is an empire. So on that hand, it would be a great idea. I would think they would want to, but then they are losing their sovereignty. So
we're subsidizing you, so you don't really have any sovereignty. It's that fake kind of sovereignty. Like you already, okay, so let me get ghetto with y'all. Y'all know the food stamp card. Anybody who has had a food stamp card, and I have, what does it say on the front of the card? It says independence. You're not really independent.
No, right.
So just like the food stamp card, like we are giving you money, like we are subsidizing your entire lifestyle, Canada. So losing your sovereignty to the people who are paying for you to live, like.
Yeah, you're right. I want to change gears a little bit and talk about this more of what Trump has done. So we saw here, I have a clip here of Stephen Miller. And Stephen Miller, I can't remember what his post is in the Trump administration, but he's in charge of all these of the illegal immigration. So getting rid of it, starting to tamp down on it. He has been integral in getting this mass deportation taken care of. Yeah. And as you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard, but a Biden appointed judge over the weekend, they went on and made it so that the Trump Treasury Department cannot get access to the Treasury. Did you hear about that?
I have not heard about that, but Stephen Miller is fantastic.
Yeah, he is not playing around. Here
he's the talking. White House Deputy Chief of Staff.
Okay, yes. So here he is talking about what they did and how this They just do not want President Trump and the Trump administration to uncover this massive spending and all of the grift that we know the Democrats have been doing, not just for the last 4 years, but previously before that.
Yeah. You're exactly right. And it's sad. It's so sad. It's like you hate your children.
Yeah. And Brown Eyes here with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Dems don't love America. They love their pockets. Yeah. And they all have gotten rich on this type of stuff. And they're stealing from us, folks.
Yep.
They are stealing from the American people every time they grift and they take this money away from us. And President Trump is trying to stop this. And the deep state, the Democrats, are trying to stop him from doing it. Here we go. All right.
A left judge said that the Secretary of the Treasury cannot access the Treasury computer system. This isn't just unconstitutional. That ruling is an assault on the very idea of democracy itself. What we continue to see here is the idea that rogue bureaucrats who are elected by no one, who answer to no one, who have lifetime tenure jobs, who we would be told can never be fired, which of course is not true, that the power has been cemented and accumulated for years, whether it be with the Treasury bureaucrats or the FBI bureaucrats or the CIA bureaucrats or the USAID bureaucrats, with this unelected shadow force that is running our government and running our country. Donald Trump is engaging in the most important restoration of democracy in over a century by saying that we are going to restore power to the people through their elected president and his appointed officers. That is the only way we can have true democracy in this country. You elect a president, he appoints a staff, the staff transparently carries out his orders on behalf of the whole nation. But this nonsense where we have rogue, unelected, unaccountable, and previously unfireable bureaucrats who do whatever the hell they want with no one telling them and no one controlling them, we're not going to let that happen anymore. We're going to have a democracy, and we're going to have an executive branch that serves the American people, that answers to the American people, and that answers the will of the American voter.
Yes.
There it is.
But then you have these died on the sword Democrats, like that he is saying that you guys, we have somewhere we went wrong and we have to get on track. And you are going to have more dollars in your pocket. We are not going to continue to waste. We're not going to have a government that continues to rape its citizens. And they are upset with them for saying that.
Right.
Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, are they listening, KJ?
Oh, who? The electorate?
The died on the sword Democrats. Like, are they even listening?
You mean like the electorate or the ones who are in leadership?
The electorate.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a combination of two things. One, it's just people who don't care. They don't love America, and they don't care. They want a Marxist takeover. They want a global takeover of the United States. They're all in on that. Mm-hmm. And the second half of these dummies, because it is, the second half are people who just don't understand. They are taking the mainstream media narrative hook, line, and sinker. They are not very aware. They're not researching what exactly is going on, and they just don't know. They're uninformed. And I said, just like I said, what was last night or night before on Poppin' Politics, uninformed voters to me are more dangerous than any other voter.
Oh yeah. Pat Bet David actually says that. He said that his dad told him that. He said, you see this guy, he said he saw his uncle just laughing at a TV show. And he said, you see that? That's the most dangerous the person that'll stick their head in the sand, giggle at stupid stuff while your children's future is going down the drain.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to acknowledge this super chatter. Calvin Richard says, now we know why Joe Biden wanted to put all those federal judges in place. It was to hinder Trump. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And this is what they're doing or trying to do. This is what they're trying to do. And folks, just like he said, they are stealing our money.
Yeah.
They are stealing it because all of these massive amounts of money that they have uncovered through USAID. Now he's on his way to the Department of Education. So all of this they're not sending this money to these places. They are thrifting it out as it goes. So it's almost like laundering. It's a massive money laundering scheme of the American tax dollars. That's what it is. And that's what USAID was, this USAID, all of it. That's what all of it is.
I know. And I can't wait till they hit the Department of Education. And we're going to talk about that later. Mm-hmm. But you talking about a money grift. Our kids are worse off than when they started. And you got a whole agency that just continues to grow and grow and grow and not helping the children or the people that it is supposed to serve. It's criminal. KJ, it's criminal.
It is. And it's criminal. And that's why we know now why Biden did all of those preemptive pardons. Because now Trump is uncovering this massive grift, which he knew was going to come about. And so because it hadn't come out yet, he had to do preemptive pardons.
Yeah, but he's a fool because there's no such thing. If you Google or you research, there's no such thing as a preemptive pardon. So I hope all those people think that they're safe and they can sleep and go to bed at night. Because let me tell you something. If I know anything about 47, 45, 46, and 47, when I tell you he's going to find a way around it. There's no such thing as a preemptive pardon.
Right. I agree. Brown Eyes says, what is Elon supposed to steal from us that they have not already stolen? Exactly.
He don't need our money.
No. And he's doing this basically for free.
He's doing it for free. Yes.
I mentioned that in his interview. He was like, he doesn't need this money. He doesn't need power. He has all of that already. Yep. He's doing this basically for free. He's not insane as Trump. Trump's not taking a salary. Where is some news media running about that? Biden took a salary. Obama took a salary. Trump did not take a salary both times.
Well, they took more than a salary. They took salaries from a couple of different places,
right?
Because they're thieves and dishonest people. What I will tell you is that even for me, I feel like I feel kind of offended that a person who is not even from this country, this man is from South Africa, cares more about our sons and our daughters and the American people and the American dream and the American way and the Constitution. He cares more about adhering to that than the people who were born under this very blanket. And it's so frustrating to hear them talk about the richest person in the world, like he's somehow going to steal something from you, but broke congressmen and congresswomen not stealing anything.
Right. Exactly. But they know what they're doing. And this is why they are so upset. This is why they are so upset, because they know that President Trump is uncovering all of this, and they've lost their gravy trains.
Yeah.
They've lost their gravy trains, and they are frustrated and very upset. Upset. And here's President Trump again. So news just out recently. He terminated the chairman of the Kennedy Center in D.C. himself as the new chairman. Then immediately he banned drag shows targeting youth. So, this is what I want to show you guys. This is crazy.
Good.
This is it.
We're starting off the next 4 years, whatever they have in store for us. This is the energy that's going to carry us through.
Prestigious Kennedy Center. This is the type of stuff they're playing.
I guarantee that. Sing along, y'all.
All right, so I'm gonna stop that right there. But this is what they're doing at the Kennedy Center, and Trump said, "No, we're gonna stop that." So I'm
glad he did.
Yeah, he did. So he says, "At my direction, we are going to make the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. great again. I have decided to immediately terminate multiple individuals from the Board of Trustees, including the chairman, who do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture. We will soon announce a new board with an amazing chairman, Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
Just last year, the Kennedy Center featured drag shows specifically targeting our youth. This will stop. There he is.
And y'all, and honestly, I've followed President Trump over the few years. He ain't got no problem with people that want to cross dress, and like if that's your thing, then do your thing, right? But y'all have. I heard this guy say, we can coexist, but stop trying to over exist. Mm-hmm. They have tried to over exist, making everything about drag queens, everything about who you like to sleep with and LGBTQ, and then targeting our children. I'm so glad that he's saying no. And honestly, that wasn't even talent. That was not good. I didn't enjoy it at all. And y'all, no matter how much you force it on us, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, Laura with the $2 super chat says Trump put to order that no guys in girls' bathroom. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, remember, we are broadcasting here from the Christian Conservative YouTube channel. This is our sister station, Pop in Politics. We are about to cut this thread in about a couple minutes now. We're going to cut this thread. So if you are watching on Pop in Politics, come on over to Christian Conservative. And we'll continue this broadcast right here on Christian Conservative. If you need the link, we have put the link in this chat, and I'll put it here again. So that's the link for this broadcast. This will take you to Christian Conservative, and come on over. I'm looking here. We have almost 600 people on here So come on over, everybody, to Christian Conservative. It's a sister station to Pop in Politics. The Pop in Politics stream will end, and we're going to continue on Christian Conservative.
Yeah. Come see us, you guys. Come on over. Come on over. But I love that President Trump just kind of calls it like it is. It's not good. It's not art. No matter how much they try to shove it down our throats. Oh, look at me. I'm a man. I have a beard. I'm wearing a dress. What they did at the Olympics in France, it wasn't entertaining. It was actually pretty gross. It wasn't delightful. It's not artsy. It's not funny. And I'm so glad that he's going to make arts and culture great again.
Yeah. And this is why, I mean, we've been talking about this for a while now about, how the left wants us all divided by race, by gender. And then they want to then push all this trans and all this stuff on us. And, here's and honestly, it's been a lot of white liberal women who are leading the forefront to this madness. And I want to show you guys this. This is crazy. These are some women out here, of course, pushing the LGBTQ agenda, the mafia. And take a look at what they're saying here.
Trust Black women, they lead the way. Trust Black women, they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust Black women, they lead the way. Oh, we're mad as hell. Oh, can't you tell? Oh, we're mad as hell.
These people are crazy. As a Black woman, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with it. I don't subscribe to it. This is crazy. These people are insane.
Yeah, white liberals are the worst, especially white liberal women. That was utterly disgusting. Like, it was so exactly cringe. The Teddy Mac show, like the fact that you would use the "Oh, when the Saints go marking."
Yes. Oh, when the Saints
go. To say to trust Black women. So what are you saying about your daughters? What are you saying about your aunts? Girlfriend, what is you saying about your mama? Like, if Black women are the only people, they lead the way. Like, first of all, you don't even believe that. You clearly don't. Like, it's a bunch of y'all white people there. You would think that Black women would be on your side trying to help you, but they don't, because we even know that, I mean, the hood, we love Black women and all, but when you talk about the group of women that have done the worst job, Black women have to own that. We have to own that. And so for them to just kind of be like patronizing, Black men, they lead the way. Yeah, we lead the way in kids that can't read, kids who are incarcerated, most single family home, most like STDs per capita, like most sexualized, like what Black women lead what?
Yeah. But this isn't all. I mean, again, we have come into a time in society and a culture where we are legitimizing insanity. We are legitimizing mental illness. Yeah. This is what they have done under this last several years. And it's frightening. It's frightening because not only are they doing this among the adults, but they're trying to infiltrate and push this in lower education.
Oh, yeah.
For these children. They're trying to legitimize it here. Here's another nutty person. Let me see here. Do I have it? I want you guys to
you're talking about what were they saying?
Oh yeah,
the banning in the books and all of that, and like, there's no such thing as critical race theory. Now it's coming out that there was such thing as critical race theory. Like they're telling little Black kids that they're oppressed and the white kids that they're the oppressors. Like this.
Oh yeah, that's been many people have talked about how that was going on in classrooms across the country.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say that it wasn't. But here we have another nutty person. And see, when you try to talk to them, when you try to have a rational conversation, then they get nasty, they get belligerent, they yell profanities. And this right here is nothing but the devil. This is nothing but demonic. This is demonic right here. Take a look.
Agree.
Thank God for our sister here with "We Are All Human" T-shirt. She's a fighter for the conservative, for the for faith-based people, for common sense,
for unborn babies.
Yes.
What's wrong?
You just smell so bad.
Yeah. Is that why you have the mask on?
I mean, it's definitely helping.
It's helping, right? So that might be your own breath that you're smelling.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that might be your own breath under that mask. So what are you so mad about?
That you're here trying to pretend like you're one of us.
I am one of you. I believe we are all human.
You're like a really bad person.
And I also believe that unborn children are human too, and we were all human at conception.
No, we're not humans at conception.
What are we?
Zygotes.
What kind of zygotes?
Eventually, they will become human.
But what are we at conception? We're zygotes. What kind of zygotes?
We're a cluster of cells, motherfucker.
What kind of cells?
Oh.
Here they come.
What kind of cells are we?
You're just a bad person.
I'm just asking you, what kind of cells are we? Well, since you aren't getting it, we are human. Those are human cells. Human cells with human DNA. 46 chromosomes, 2 sets from each parent. Because a zygote is created from 2 human parents, so that makes it a human.
That doesn't guarantee viability.
We're not talking about viability, ma'am. We're talking.
See how nice this lady is.
She's nicer than me.
I know. Oh, I've been in this situation, folks. You guys know. We have gone to these. I've protested, drag queen story hours and things. These people are wicked.
Oh yeah,
they go crazy. The calmer you are, the more riled up they become, and they do this. So as you're speaking to somebody, then they'll have other people put their signs in front of your camera and all types of stuff. They are wicked. You can feel the energy. You can feel the nastiness in them. As you become even softer, nicer, they just get more and more riled up.
Exactly. And then she does their zygotes. Like she like the scientific, they just try to make it like scientific, and they know Like, what kind of zygote, sweetie? They are human beings. And the fact that this is even a question anymore, like from the Supreme Court has already talked about viability is not even an issue. Now a baby, you can grow a whole baby in a test tube now. So before they could win and say, oh, viability is probably at the, the 3rd month or the 4th month or the 5th month. Now viability is not even an issue. And they still have their signs up trying to kill human life. It's just it's so frustrating.
And this isn't it. Wait until you see this next part, folks. These people are nuts. Now, I just put in the chat our Christian Conservative link. We are streaming here tonight from Christian Conservative YouTube channel. It's at KJCJ Christian Conservative. The link is in this chat. I'm going to shut off the stream on Poppin' Politics. Folks, come over to Christian Conservative if you aren't here already, so you can finish watching this broadcast. What's about to happen next in this video is crazy. It's crazy. And I just thank God for patriots, for conservative, for Holy Spirit-filled women like this woman who's asking the questions, because she's a brave person.
For sure.
So we're going to cut this stream on Poppin' Politics, and it's going to continue
Come on over.
Christian Conservative.
Come on over, y'all. Come on over. Help us out.
Yes, help us out. Here is the link. And so you guys come on over. I'm going to cut it here. I hope I'm doing this right. Okay. All right. So let's see here.
KJ gets real intense, y'all. When she normally, because when you have a producer, it's like we kind of can let go. But
okay, I think I did it right. Okay,
okay,
all right. So I want to continue letting you guys see what's going on here. These people are nuts. They are wicked and nuts.
Yeah.
All right. So here they are.
About if that person is a human, and it is.
It's not a human.
Then what is it? You haven't answered my question. I've got a fan base started here, everybody. Okay, this is awesome. These are my personal fans right here. Hello. She says silence equals death. What does that mean?
That staying quiet isn't going to protect you.
Okay, what are you, and who's going to die?
People are dying, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're right. From abortion. They are dying from abortion. That's a good point. It's ironic that you have a silence equals death poster, yet you have a shirt that says free legal abortions for everyone.
Oh my God.
That's very ironic.
Oh my God.
It's not if you actually know what the fuck you're talking about.
I've asked you a lot of questions about what you're talking about, and you haven't answered
You're
me.
not asking me a single question in good faith.
What kind of zygote is in a woman's womb?
Oh my God, you smell like shit. Get the fuck out of the thing.
It's her mask. She has a mask on. She's smelling her own breath.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is what they're crazy.
They are crazy. She's like a 3-year-old. I'm
Right.
sorry. I can't answer your questions because you're so stinky. Boo boo. Like, are we 3?
Yeah. But see, this is what we're talking. This is how you know the left. This is what they like. They love chaos. They love anarchy. They don't believe in order. All these things are anti-Bible, also anti-Christ. Christ is the Prince of Peace, calm, order, decency. They are totally against all that, and we know why. Because many of them, like this woman, are filled with the enemy, filled with demon possessed. It's demonic. That's all I can say.
And Christ is also like life. You got like so. I have an issue with Christians that talk about choose or a woman's right to choose, when really it is their just way of still wanting to support Democrats, still wanting to be cool, still wanting to be on the insiders club, and still wanting to be invited to the parties. Like, Christ is life. You cannot kill. He said, before I formed you in the belly, I knew you.
Right. You're right, Crystal. But they just don't see it.
Yeah.
They do not see it. Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Thank you.
We're on our way to Super Chat. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're just starting this channel, but we're going to be there soon. Thank you so much for your support here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but thank you all for coming over to Christian Conservative. This is a sister channel of Pop and Politics. We got to bring you this next thing. This is what I'm talking about. Many of the left's policies don't make sense. And they can't even explain it. And so we saw just now that exchange, so the lady, the pro-lifer, was trying to have a decent, conversation with this woman.
Zygote girl. No, you can't call a woman the zygote girl.
Right, zygote girl. And she doesn't want to, she has to cuss. She has to be nasty. She can't just prove her point just with common sense or, with any type of response. Because she doesn't have a response. Her points don't make sense.
Fact.
And here we have again. So this is Oklahoma representative talking to a leftist environmentalist about plastic straws. Look at this exchange. These people are just
plastic straws are of the devil, by the way.
Oh, Crystal. All right.
I mean paper straws. Sorry.
Paper straws. All
paper straws are of the devil.
All right, here we go.
All plastic manufacturing.
I said the plastics industry must be stopped.
So does that mean in plastic manufacturing?
I mean, in my dream world, sure, but I think that. Go ahead.
So I don't mean to be condescending here. I just point out what's going to replace your glasses.
So I do know
glasses around your face. They're made of plastic.
Maybe. No, I don't know what they're made out of.
They are. And I just point out some things here because I just want to be realistic when we're having conversations. Because when statements are made like this, I just want to open people's eyes and say, well, okay, that's easy to say, but what's the solution? Your water bottle in front of you.
This one?
Yes. That plastic?
No.
The lid is. That's plastic.
Right. So I would say to your question that I would first be concerned about single-use plastics, and then we can talk about alternatives to this.
Your cell phone there. Is it plastic?
The cases, but it's glass because I broke
the components inside of it
yesterday.
Plastic? The components made out of it's not plastic? Yeah, they are. The water that you filled that water bottle up with, where'd you fill that water bottle up out of?
A water filling station.
All right. And it was delivered by a drink station that was plastic?
I didn't check.
The edges are. The piping coming to it. Now, you have a couple of choices with the piping. We could go back to using wood, but then you have to line it in chemical. Or we could go back and use lead, because we used to have water piping that was lead. That was harmful to us. We go back to galvanized. The galvanized rust and had discoloration. We go back to copper, but copper has to be mined, and everybody wants to stop mining in the U.S. So you use plastic to deliver piping that you fill that water bottle up with today.
I love this guy.
I point this out because the clothes you have on, I guarantee you have plastic in it. The shoes you have on your feet, the soles of those shoes are plastic. So we talk about any plastic manufacturing, and everybody in here cheers when you say that, but everybody here is depending on plastic as you set. So if you want to end it, then quit using it. It's kind of like I don't shop at certain places right now because I don't agree with some of their policies. I choose not to do that. You can choose to not use plastic. Do your work. If you believe it, then live it that way.
Facts. Oh my God. This man made my heart so glad. But first of all, y'all, I'm just embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by this woman. And it's always these liberal Black women that just think they're so smart. Most of them, they're childless cat ladies like or dog ladies like JD Vance, our vice president, said. She sat there with her snooty self with all of her degrees and what her and sis, you got on plastic on your face. Oh, really? I am really like I was so glad that he checked her.
Yeah, he went deep. He went into the details. And this is where reason comes into play. This is where logic comes into play. Many of the policies, and believe me, folks, let me tell you something. I was once on the left. I was a raging liberal many years ago.
Me too.
I thought it sounded good to have the government pay for everything and end hunger and have the government supply us with a basic income. All of this stuff. I used to hold sit-ins at hospitals to turn off Fox News. This stuff sounds good, and I was I had surface level intelligence. But then when I started looking into UBI, Universal Basic Income, I realized this stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work financially, and then it also doesn't work in practice either. Because most people, once they get on a UBI, they don't want to work at all.
Nope. And that's what they say. That's why they say communism is loved by everybody who hasn't tried it.
Right.
And honestly, with the whole paper and plastic straws are of the devil. Like I said, I corrected myself. Paper straws, they're disgusting. They fall apart in your drink. Like by the end, it's mush. They taste terrible anyway. But everybody is trying to act like being a human being is unnatural, and human beings using the natural resources that God gave us is going to somehow destroy the earth. If you are a Christian, if you are watching Christian Conservative, you're a Christian. So you already know that God's going to destroy the earth on his own. Like, there's nothing that we as human beings can speed it up or slow it down. Like he's going to do that. Yeah. But what he did tell us is to inhabit the earth and to subdue it, meaning use the resources that he has. And so these idiots are just sitting there like thinking that you can save the planet by inconveniencing yourself by using a paper straw instead of plastic, but you're not stopping using plastic. It just shows how fake and phony these people are.
Exactly. And not only that, but many times once, like Trump, Elon, the administration is doing, many times once you actually look into the details of many of these programs that seem altruistic, that seem like they're trying to save the planet, you find it's a grift. It is a money grift. Same with DEI. They use DEI to hire all of these consultants, and these companies sprouted up, and it became this massive billion-dollar industry. It was a money grift. Same with this environmentalism stuff. All of this stuff has piped up. Now, again, I do my part in, trying to help the environment as best I can, but you have to be realistic. And many of these companies and things that have sprouted up to say they're trying to help the environment, they're just trying to get paid.
Oh yeah. I mean, like they were talking about Taylor Swift talking about the environment, but her jet hours are like, like more than a year's worth of like oil expenses or something.
And that's another thing. They want to make everyone else uncomfortable and inconvenienced except for themselves.
Yep, that's exactly right. And rules for thee and not for me. And what I believe is that, and you guys, I just believe it because the Bible says it, is he told us to have dominion over the earth. We are supposed to take hold of the resources. We are supposed to drill, baby, drill. I love when Trump says that, because we are supposed to be creating energy, creating more opportunities, creating opportunities to go into Mars, like Elon Musk says. That's what I believe that God's will is for his people. So I get so frustrated when these people think that like you're going to save the planet by making everybody use paper straws. Like, get a life.
Yeah, exactly, Crystal. And here again, we're talking about grifters. We're talking about leeches. We have, if you guys haven't seen, a bunch of Democrat Congress people went to the Department of Education for a what would you call it? It was an
insurrection. Right. That's what it is. It was an insurrection in front of the Department of Education.
Yep, exactly. And if it wasn't for one patriot, it was a patriot guy here who stood at the door and said, "You're not getting in." And this again is another example of someone being calm, cool. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't get belligerent. He said, you can't come in. And this is masculine energy right here. Strong masculine energy. Take a look at this. Let me see here.
Mind the strong man, and you can take over the whole house. I love the strong man. Can we get a shout out to all the strong men out there?
Yes. And sound off in the chat. You know, if you guys are watching, do you believe that we need more men like this man? Not this man, but the guy that stood to block the door. Do we need more men out there like him? Yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Cash Patel.
Yeah, Cash Patel. Right. Byron Donald.
Yes, JD
These
Vance.
are the strong men that we need. All right, here we are.
We're gonna talk there.
All access.
Sorry. We're members of Congress.
Nobody cares.
They are so rude.
Members of Congress. Members of Congress.
We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you, sir? Do you have business here? Yes.
I love this man.
I have sent the Assistant Secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting. Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, so until that's accepted. It doesn't need to be accepted.
What authority do you have? And what do you do here?
What do you do here? Security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay you for your job. We pay you.
We're members of
We pay you.
We're members of Congress.
Nobody
is
as members of Congress.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman. I'm relaying that. You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you identify
yourself? We are members of Congress. We'd like them to the application.
You don't have any identification. Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
You are.
I love it. I want to buy this guy dinner.
Nasty. Did you see what she did? It's not good enough.
Ma'am, go fix your city in California. Nobody wants to talk to you. You are old and decrepit and a non-MF factor. Okay.
Wow. Isn't that and she flipped it. Now, when we ask them to, she wants to see his ID, but then when we ask people to show ID for voting, we're racist, right?
That's good, KJ.
They don't want us to show, no one to show ID when it's time to vote, but she's asking him to see his ID, and then when he politely showed it, she flips it off. What a nasty, nasty woman.
She's such a nuisance. I want this woman to go retire. Go enjoy the millions that you stole and hope that we don't knock on your door and prosecuting you. Go away. She is so annoying. And take Jasmine Crockett with you.
Right,
and the squad, Ilhan Omar, Miss what is her name? Somalia. Miss Somalia Queen is up there talking about the Department of Education. They don't care about the Department of Education. They don't care that these kids can't read. No. They don't care.
No, they don't. Here it is. Here's some more of it. Term limits, right? Term limits.
Yes, Humble Clay.
We are not a threat to security. We're members of Congress. We want to ask a question.
We walk into the White House without having to go through magnetometers.
Can we get someone
This is an outrage.
I'd like to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you going to do? You're going to beat us up if we go in?
I mean, you're going to,
We want you to move out of here.
Listen, Wig, I'm not moving.
Out of the way.
She's so vile. Maxine Waters is just a classless woman. You hear now she's trying to drum up violence. What you gonna do? You're gonna beat us up if we don't get out, if we get in the way. Where are you going with that?
I know, Wig. Right. Where are you going?
This is where they always go to violence. Violence. They are a violent party. They are a violent people. That's what they are.
This says all access entrance.
Stand aside, sir.
This says all access entrance.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing aside.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that.
What authority do you have to block members of
Let him
Congress?
explain what his role is.
We don't have oversight responsibilities. What authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
you don't have a business reason to be here.
You do not have authority, sir.
Let
You
us
do not
finish.
have
Let him
authority.
finish his sentence.
Access entrance.
There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
We're the
If you have an
appropriators.
appointment and you're on a guest list, we will let you in.
So can I ask you a question? You have to be on a guest. Is what you're saying? Is what you're saying?
Or you have to have an escort.
Let me
Somebody
ask
come
you a
down
question.
and-
Can I ask my question? Are you telling me today that you have to be on a guest list in order to come to the Department of Education?
Either we are informed in advance if somebody's coming, or there's
You
an
were
escort.
informed. You were informed in advance.
So
94 members of
Escort to
Congress,
take you where you're going.
sir,
So I
94
have
members
to
of Congress signed a letter asking the acting secretary for a meeting and to answer a simple question. And she is
I'm
apparently
not aware of the meeting.
So you have to be on a guest list to enter the Department of Education.
I just explained, you have to either be on a list in advance to have access, or if you're coming, then you have to let us know who your escort is. I don't know.
Wasn't
You have
true
an
last
escort.
year. Did something change between last year?
That's always been.
No, it hasn't. I've walked into this
I
building
love
multiple
this.
times.
I love this, Chad.
Yeah.
Chad is out. Let me tell you, America is not ready for the Chads to stand up. Like, will the real Chad stand up? Like, this man is unbothered by that.
Right. He's calm, cool, and collected energy, strong, masculine energy. I love it. Love it. And
Love
and
it.
you knew he was, because they didn't try to go past him, because he was like, he didn't even have to say it, but he was just like, you could see it in his stance and his energy. He's just like, don't make another move.
I love it. And look, wig in the front, don't know what to do.
No.
Auntie Maxine, go home. Go make your city better. California is a disaster. And then Ilhan Omar, Minneapolis has been completely ripped. Like that city has been burnt down, and they sitting up here worried about the Federal Department of Education. Like, it's all show. Anybody who believes this is a fool.
They don't care.
No.
Because they care. What about over the last 4 years, how this Biden administration, how they weaponized the Department of Education, and not so much the Department of Education, but the was Attorney General, the guy who was going after parents at
yeah. That was going, like, the FBI. It was the FBI going after parents.
It was FBI, and it was Biden's Attorney General directed them to go after parents who went to PTA meetings. They don't care about our parental rights. They don't care about students. They're trying to strip parents of parental rights. They're trying to hide our children's education and things from us. So if they're trying to get it so where if a child is going by a certain name or a certain gender and it's not the biological gender, they're trying to hide that from us. They don't care about parents or these kids.
Exactly. And the fact that Maxine Waters and her niece, Jasmine Crockett, are able to, like, showboat and honestly, like, cosplay Black women, and like they care something about them. Like, the kids in your district, sis, can't read, and you're standing out in the Federal Department of Education. Where's all that smoke for California?
None.
Go to your state.
Yeah, they don't care. And here she is again.
We stopped at the visitors desk.
Okay, well, let's go. We're going to go to the visitors desk.
I'm doing that in advance.
No. We're allowed to go to the visitors desk.
People out here.
We're members of Congress. We are allowed to go to the visitors desk.
We're trying to save your job. You won't have a job if we don't help you.
Isn't she nasty? This is saying you won't have a job. This is what they do.
We're trying to save your job if you don't help, but they're trying to manipulate him to say, oh, we're really here to help and save the Department of Education. You won't have a job. Man, you just made this man the most famous man in the security world ever. And then they have these beta males, like, kind of following behind them, like that tall Asian guy and then the white guy. It's like, what are you guys trying to accomplish? Go back to your states and ensure that there is reading and writing on a grade level. Why are y'all trying to pretend like the Federal Department of Education has done anything for our children? We have done worse since its inception.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think more and more people are starting to wake up to that.
Oh, yeah.
Congressman Byron Donalds was on Bill Maher's show over the weekend. And they got into a back and forth over this. But Bill Maher finally said, maybe it's not so bad if President Trump gets rid of the Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Public is aware of the mismanagement, the improper payments.
What about the Department of Education? Now, I don't know that much about it, but I've never read good things. Rahm Emanuel, who I agree with on almost everything, here was a quote. He said, 1/3 of 8th graders can't read, and now he wants to close the department. And I thought, that's probably why they can't read, or at least partly. I mean, the numbers keep getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't know if the Department of Education is anything but, I mean, it doesn't really, I don't know what it does, except take money. It's sort of a middleman. It doesn't like run classrooms or do stuff like that. I don't think it makes policy. So where are you on something like that?
I think that the Department of Education has to essentially be closed. A lot of the authorities got to get sent back to the states. The dollars we appropriate actually need to go directly into the hands of parents, so that they can use those resources in their states and in their communities to find the best outcome for their children. When the Department of Ed was created in 1977, our reading scores and math scores for kids 4th and 8th grade were higher than they are today.
Wow.
So it's not worked.
I mean, I read this, I'm stealing this from Nellie Bowles' column, but in the Michigan, the contract from the teachers union says, you cannot be fired for getting caught drunk as a teacher until you do it for a 5th time.
What?
Yeah, the first 4 times, you're good.
They didn't take the Pete Hegseth vow.
Counseling.
Don't come for him.
I will stop drinking when I start the job.
And also,
don't come for him.
Also, if you're caught selling drugs twice, that's when we fire you. The first time, you're good.
That's insane.
I mean, it is insane.
Yeah, it is.
So it's not like there isn't insanity that has to be addressed. And
here we go.
Yeah.
Now he's making sense, is he not?
Bill Maher is just one of those people, like, y'all, forgive me, I don't like those kind of people around me. The fair weather fans, the fair weather friends. Like, he says this, but then the minute that he gets a little bit of heat, he'll say something different. I agree with what he said is the Federal Department of Education doesn't do anything. It ensures consistency across the 50 states. Well, what happens is the children in Iowa need something completely. We're in Baltimore, KJ. We're in Baltimore. You think that people in Washington, D.C. can figure out how to consistently make children in Iowa, children in Oregon learn the same way that children in Baltimore? That was a failure to begin with. That was already a start. Give us our money back and let us do what we know we need to do for our children. And if parents don't feel like the state that they live in is doing what's best for their children, then you can move to a different state.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But they don't want parents in control. We know that.
Yeah.
The Democrat model is to move to the new buzzword is community schools. So they're moving, which is a Marxist policy, it's a Marxist institution, community schools. But this is a new buzzword. They want their grubby hands on our children every way they can. They do not want parents to take the lead in our children's not only education, but also their upbringing socially, culturally, religiously. They don't want us involved at all.
Agreed. And it's so funny, like when the Biden administration would say, they're not their children, they're our children. No, sir, Mr. Sleepy Joe, you're not going to stay up with those children. If something happens and my child commits a crime, they're not going to be able to call you. Those are my children. That's the only reason you have children. It's so that you can impart your wisdom, your experience, your life into them. And they try to, like you said, the Marxist world is trying to get you to think, oh, it's our children. The devil is a liar.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I am so happy with what has transpired so far in this Trump administration. I mean, I can't even believe it's only been 2 weeks. It seems like it's been so much longer, but he is on warp speed, and the press, Democrats don't know what to do about it. They can't keep up.
I love it.
Keep up.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
They can't keep up with him. And honestly, they never have been able to. He's just way smarter. And now he's surrounded by smart people. Elon Musk, they say, what does he qualify for? Oh, the richest man in the world. The richest man in the world. Qualified to more than you, than sis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Trump just the Trump administration just released an ad, just came out to, within the hour, a recruitment ad for the Secret Service featuring President Trump and at the Butler unaliving. And this thing is really nice. I just want to
play it.
Like, yeah. Let me see here.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said I wasn't going to watch the Super Bowl until I realized that Elon Musk spent $50 million on ads.
Oh, right.
So it's going to be nothing but ads today.
America was founded on an idea of freedom. America's always stepped forward in time of need throughout our short but powerful history.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Tear down this wall. We've been there for all of it.
Ooh.
Second plane hit the tower. Our heroes are humble. They have an inner pride to keep this idea alive. Protectors are born, they're not made.
Wow.
America's Secret Service protecting this Super Bowl is asking a few more to step forward.
Wow. It just makes you proud again. You know, proud to be an American. I mean, this stuff is so strong men, classy. You know, I just love it. I just love it.
Get them women out of that commercial.
Terrible.
Y'all, we done seen in Butler what the women do, okay? Like, y'all, like Candace Owens said, we need men.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's no hate to all the women. I love y'all.
Yeah.
But it's certain things we do better.
Right. Yeah, you have a point. You have a point.
But it was
powerful.
powerful.
It was powerful. This is what we've been missing and craving over the last 4 years. I don't want to see these women acting like men, or men, these feminine men, effeminate men, you know, out on the front lines. You know, all these videos of the men putting on makeup and stuff.
It's gross. It's gross.
It's not happening in other countries. We've become laughing stock.
Agreed.
This is the golden age right here. The golden age.
Yes, no DEI, no figuring out what your pronouns are, just focusing on pure lethality, like Pete Hegseth. Like our goal is to be the best of the best. And I love it. Oh my gosh. I really pray that President Trump gets some really good. So I don't think he'll ever go back to CIA Secret Service though. I think he's going to keep his own private security though.
Oh, you think
so?
I
think so. I think you almost have to. Well, that guy that was protecting him, he hired him.
He's leading, right? Yeah.
He's leading, but I think I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I wanted to go back to that Brett Baier interview. This was when President Trump was on Piers Morgan. I just wanted to bring this to you guys before we head out tonight. And he's talking about the immigration policy and things. Take a look at this. You gotta love this guy.
I love my president, y'all.
You cannot use the nuclear word ever again. Harry is whipped. Do you know the expression?
I'm familiar with the
I won't use the full expression. But Harry is whipped like no person I think I've ever seen.
Hey, talking about Prince Harry.
Meghan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And I wasn't right from the beginning. I'm not a fan of Meghan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And I wasn't right from the beginning.
Same
I think
to
poor
you.
Harry is being led around by his nose, okay?
You think he's going to end?
I do. I've been a very good predictor, as you know. I predicted almost everything. It'll end, and it'll end bad. And I wonder if Harry's going to go back on his hands and knees and say, please, you know, I think Harry has been led down a path.
If you were the Queen, is it at the stage now, would you remove that royal title?
I would. The only thing I disagree with the Queen on, probably one of the only things ever, is that I think she should have said, if that's your choice, fine. But you no longer have titles, you no longer, and frankly, don't come around. He has been so disrespectful to the country, and I think he's an embarrassment.
Wow.
Wow. the P word whipped.
Yeah.
I love him.
He hit it on the nail there. I agree with him on that part, you know, with the whole Meghan and Harry and how they didn't want to do the work, but they still wanted to keep the titles, and they didn't want to live in the UK. So it's just, I agree with everything he said there.
Yeah, and I love that he just had the courage to say it. And the question came about is whether we're going to deport Prince Harry and he, you know, he was just saying he's not going to do it. But honestly, I feel really sad for him because Prince Harry is also a victim of the culture. You guys, Hollywood is a disgusting culture that convinces you, like we've been watching too much in Aladdin, that the street rat can be a wonderful husband, or you know, like like the Beauty and the Beast, you know, and all of these love stories, when honestly he should have looked for someone who was as conservative as his family, someone who protected him, someone who protected the name and wanted to see him shine. And unfortunately, Meghan, like you say, KJ, your word is grift. Like Meghan was just a shorty from a hood, the broken family, and she did not want to come and be a part of them. And she wreaked havoc in that family. And I'm just so embarrassed. I'm so sad. What happened to legacy? What happened to family?
Right. Well, the left is so destructive. We know this, and they don't love strong families. They don't love strong men because strong men, strong families protect us from the state.
Yeah.
They protect us from an encroaching state. And so anything that pushes back against the state, against, like I say, the grift of the state, they don't want any parts of it. They want to crush it. And we're seeing this is why they don't like Elon. They don't like President Trump. They're pushing back against the might of the state. Although President Trump is the government right now. He's part of the government, but he's trying to shrink it. And that's the important thing.
Exactly. Like, who would argue with that, you guys? More taxpayer money, more freedom. Like, I'm convinced that the American people want to be slaves. And honestly, I was talking to somebody who was not from here, and they said, oh, well, we just got, you know, when I'm in my country, we get taxed all the time. So when I came here, you know, the taxes didn't seem high. And that's what immigration has done for the United States of America. People like Ann Coulter says, freedom is a hard thing to teach. It is a hard thing to teach. And people who come from these communistic countries, when the government starts encroaching upon their rights, they just kind of think it's normal. The government wants to take 35% of my money. Like the Boston Tea Party, they had a whole war, y'all, for 3%.
Wow.
3%.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I 100% agree, Crystal. Folks, this is the Christian Conservative. Hit that like button. That will certainly help to amplify our voice here on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and subscribe. Subscribe to us here. Again, we are a sister channel to Poppin' Politics. On here, you're going to get that same bold, unfiltered news and analysis, but we provide that for Christian conservatives. So news and analysis that matter to Christian conservatives most.
For sure. And so with that being said, we're going to give you a scripture. We try to give you guys pointers to bring to your people every single day. You guys are Christians. Y'all, I love the Bible. Me and KJ, we love the Bible. So a lot of times we're going to always bring scripture. Proverbs 29:2. And it's okay if we use these scriptures again, but we didn't use this one yet. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. There was a whole lot of mourning going on in 2020, y'all. Y'all know what we went through. I can't even imagine another 4 years of Joe Biden and Camilla. That's her name, Camilla. I can't even imagine another 4 years of her, y'all. So I am thankful that the Bible promises us that we're going to rejoice because the righteous, not the perfect, not the sweet, not the kind, the righteous, the upright people are in charge. We're going to rejoice. Good times are coming.
Yes, indeed. The golden age, as President Trump says, the golden age. And it's going to take every last one of us to bring this forth, folks. Every last one of us. This is why and channels like this are important. Crystal is important. I'm important. We need to come together as a community because the left, I used to say it was a small portion, but it's a much growing portion of the left is Marxist. And Marxists hate faith. They hate religion. Specifically, they hate Christianity because we know there is only one God. And so the idea that, they can push on certain other religions, they can say, it's more than one God, so we're cool. You can worship all these gods. No, we know that in Christianity, there's one God, the one living God. And so this is why they hate Christianity, because we are hard people to influence, to take control over.
Yep, absolute truth. And God is he will have, if you believe the 10 commandments, you shall have no other God before me. He will not share his glory with anyone.
Right. There it is. All right. So that does it for us tonight. Yes. Thank you all for hanging out with us on this Super Bowl Sunday. Who are you all rooting for in this Super Bowl? You saw President Trump say he's rooting for Kansas City. So shout out your team for the Super Bowl.
MAGA all the way. MAGA all the way. Kansas City. MAGA all the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to root for the East Coast, the Eagles. I don't even watch football, but I'll root for the Eagles because they're the closest to Maryland. So
yeah, but they were so disrespectful. They interviewed the quarterback of the Eagles and they interviewed the Kansas City quarterback, and they asked them, what do you feel about President Trump coming to visit you? And the Eagles was like, just basically it don't matter. And then the Kansas City said, I'm so thankful that a president would come and watch us. I mean, that's pretty honorable. And I'm like, you guys, like, the left is so disrespectful. They so disrespectful. And they call us disrespectful.
Yeah. Well, I know the NFL removes that racism from the end of I think it was at the end zone they had on there. They removed end racism from the Super Bowl end zones. So I know.
Thank God. And they're the most racist. It must be opposite day because these people are so freaking racist.
Yeah. And my thing is, out of all the things that we have to worry about, all of the things, all the issues we have, world wars, we have famine, we have, all the issues, our cities are crumbling. The education system is crumbling. Racism? That's what you're going to put on the end zone? And racism?
Black folks got 99 problems and racism ain't one of them.
What?
It ain't racism.
Yeah. Good Lord. But here we are. So again, that does it for us tonight, folks. Again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps to make our broadcast us increase our reach here on YouTube.
For sure.
We will be back on Thursday.
Yep.
Thursday night at 9 p.m.
Yep.
So hit the notification bell so you know when we go live.
For sure. Sure. You want to close us out in prayer, or I can close us out?
Yes, Crystal, you can close, please.
Oh my God, Father, you are such an amazing God. You continue to blow our minds. Oh God, continue to have us to have a heart for you, God. Lord, let your righteousness reign supreme all over this world. God, as Jesus prayed, we pray on today, let your kingdom come, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Lord, help us to move about in that kind of way, bringing your kingdom to this earth and for all people. It is in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Go Kansas City.
Yeah. All right. See you guys on Thursday.
Bye-bye. God bless you.